everyone's. I am here for the Real Housewives of Potomac Season 4, Episode 8. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, you're a family member, you're one of my peoples, welcome back. So, Candace and Chris, they're talking and she's just ready to get out of the house. She wants more space in the kitchen. I can understand that too. I have very little cabinet space. I would like more, but at this time, that ain't happening. She got boxes all sitting over there. I don't have that, but anyways, she's ready to get out of her mom's house. Now, she's been saying this for the longest time, and for whatever reason, this whole episode, people kept on going on and on about that's Candace's mom's house, Candace's mom's house. I'm like, we haven't heard people say that in a while. It's just, they don't even say Candace's house. But this episode, everybody going on and on about that we're going over to Candace's mom's house. I caught that. But anyways, she's upset. She's ready to move out, like I said. Her and her mom were at a wedding. Her and her mom had a disagreement, a slight little argument, and mom hauls off and slaps her. Now we add in physical abuse onto it. You already mentally and verbally abusive to Candace. Now you're going to bring in the physical abuse, which I think it's funny how you were going on and on about how it's going to be an embarrassment to you that Candace's brother was going to be at her wedding when he was born before you and your ex-husband were married. You accepted it, married the man, years later had Candace. But you talking about how this is such an embarrassment to you. Candace, I understand why you want to get out of that house and get out of that house now. Like, she's at this point, she wants to sever all ties that she has to her mama. But Chris doesn't want her to making a decision off of how she's feeling right now. And she's scared that all this drama that she has going on and on with her mom, is that going to eventually push him away? Like, can he handle this? And how, evil of a mom. I don't want to say evil, but, her mom is borderline evil. Something wrong. We all know something wrong. What's her name? Dorothy, Doris, whatever her name is. We all know something wrong with her. Now you hauling off and just smacking her, for real, for real? I'm trying to just, understand in my head, because me and my mom, we have the best relationship. And it's just seeing a mama treat her child like that. It's and you doing things on this, this on TV. You've showed us since last season and this season how, of a cruel person you are. And that you're not afraid to go on TV and show how cruel of a person that you are. Giselle's telling Robin and Ash about just about every conversation that she has had with Candace. And hopefully after Candace sees this, she just, whatever opinion she has, just keep it to yourself. Because if you tell one person, they're going to play telephone and go tell it to somebody else. And it may not have been the way how you said it. She's going on about how Michael's tears was fake at Monique's rainbow party, how Ashley's speech was fake at the rainbow party, and how Monique was out here calling Katie Amistad because she wasn't saying that she was a slave. It's she's acting very free. She went from, I got my nose stuck up with you, up at you, I'm one of those persons to just just laid back Katie, having a good time Katie, just carefree Katie. But for whatever reason, Candace took that as she called her Amistad. But when you say Amistad, we automatically think slave just because she had a head wrap on. I love a beautiful head wrap. I'm trying to find a head wrap. So I wouldn't think it's a head wrap because Candace this episode had on a head wrap. Beautiful head wrap. Would love to know where she got it up and where had a top one. Because these YouTube video tutorials does not help the girl out at all. They be having a pashmina scarf and just wrapping it up and it looks nice. When I try to do it, it looks horrible. But anyway, Monique in her underwater photo shoot. It was beautiful, the pictures that she showed. But I was just wondering, why the heck Ashley in the pool too? Me, I'm the type of person, I see you got a photo shoot going on, and I see that you in the water, I'm going to sit on the side of the pool on my phone playing the game or on Instagram or probably watching a short little YouTube video, something. I'm not going to hop in the pool with you and be off to the side. That's a little bit distracting if you ask me. But, this is Ashley, so she decided, go ahead and jump in the pool right next to the camera person and the camera person assistant while she's doing this underwater photo shoot. Now we got Giselle and her mama going to look at this house that she likes. Now, y'all, I'm no real estate person, But I'm guessing it's the house, the land, and the location. That this house is $1.7 million. But Giselle's like, no, y'all gonna have to bring that house down to like $900,000. I'm like, I guess I just want a small house because in my mind, I'm thinking about upkeep. Like, it be hot. So that means I gotta have a big high electricity bill. But me, I want to get solar panels. So, I can just use the energy from the sun, to, cool my house down and heat my house up. If I need internet cable, TV, refrigerator, all that good stuff. But like the house, it needed a lot of renovation going on. And like her mama said before, you a I want a now kind of person. And I don't see you, being patient enough for some rental work. Not saying that, we need to take Robin as an example, because Robin don't know what she's doing half the time. And this 4-month project has gone on to 10 months trying to get this small house together. You don't know what's going on with that house. You could get in there and like the foundation and cracked and shifted. It could be water damage. It could be busted pipes. Electricity needs to all be done over. You don't know what under the carpets and all that stuff look like. You don't know what's going on up in that house until you get in and you start ripping stuff down. Now, I learned that by watching the HGTV channel and the DIY network. That's what your girl be watching. So I be like learning a little stuff. Not enough to where I know what I'm doing myself, but enough to know that if you get in the house, make sure you don't tear down your banisters until you get a full estimate on how it's going to cost and what you want afterwards. Wait to pull that banister down because it costs a lot. I just watched that from a 5-minute clip from somebody doing their house over. But anyways, let's move over to Candace. She's having this like little tasting party. Y'all know Chris is a chef. So he wants to have a little cookbook. And he's wanting like some of the things he's going to have in his cookbooks, he's going to be serving to the women. Now, I would love if my husband was a chef, because that means 1, I wouldn't have to cook, and 2, I would have all kind of delicious like food cooked almost every single night. So Candace girl, I would like to have a chef too. I'm pretty sure you eating good all the time too. Chris is a chef and all, but that ain't got nothing to do with anything. I'm just wondering why everybody being shady talking about some Candace's mama's house. Now, I look at this is rental property. The property is in my mama's name, and since she come down here anytime she feel like it, heck, she gonna be paying some mortgage too. Candace pays some, Chris pays some, the mama pays some. What I'm thinking is that, the mama had good credit in that area, got the house in her name, and she and Candace was paying on it. And when Chris moved in, he jumped in and he started paying some mortgage too. So it's not like it's her house, the mama's house, is paid in full, and Candace and Chris is just living in the house, not paying any bills. They're both paying bills, but they going on and on about Candace's mama's house. Like, we can say the same thing about Karen and Giselle, because y'all both in rental properties at this point too. So we gonna say it's such and such's house, that ain't y'all house. If I'm paying rent and or mortgage on a place, it's my place. This house, I don't own it, but it's my place because I'm paying rent on it. How about that? That was getting on my nerves. Monique says, okay, this is when, like, first of all, the Robin was on time, which was a shocker. Robin was on time and she was the first person. I was like, how did that happen? How did Robin be on time and the first person to get there? Giselle was the second person to get there. They tasted the food once they got there. Giselle's going on and on about how those red potatoes was the best thing since sliced bread. They want to know how come she's like got this hard on for Ashley and everything Ashley does. And then she gets to tell them this is why. Like, I just believe that her whole situation is phony. Like, Michael said that he wanted to do something to one of our husbands. And now they're looking like, oh, really? Then Robin's like, see, I thought that was me drunk just thinking that. Chris in the background was like, yes, I heard it too. When I looked at you like, did you just hear that? Like, we spoke with our eyes. He said that, and I looked at you, and you looked at me, and we was like, we did a little something like that. And Ashley and Michael, they kind of scurried off for like 30 minutes like, oh snap, did anybody else hear that? But I do remember Michael asked one of the producers, was his mic on? And they was like, no, it wasn't on. So now they discussing this, and Jadel's like, well, I can understand why she's saying that situation is fake if, Michael out here trying to do something else to somebody's husband. So then everybody gets there. Where am I at? Monique saying how she doesn't like the taste of wine, even though she can have a glass of wine every once in a while, even though she's pregnant, the small glass of wine ain't gonna hurt nobody. And this is when Ashley gets to jump in. Yes, some people would say you're not even supposed to drink at all when you're trying to get pregnant, but your doctor said that you can while you're pregnant. So these two was going back and forth. They yapping and yapping. I said this because I said this. And then Ashley had to bring in the mama. Now, why you had to bring in that girl's mama? One, because you first of all, the relationship you had with your mama, you shouldn't be bringing somebody else's mama in. And then she get to going on about something. This is your mama's house. Girl, don't be scratching up your mama's table. Your mama this, your mama that. And I was like, okay. Don't ruin your table. Candace got a knife. She's up her... She knew she had a knife in her hand, but she's so angry right now. It's like, I ain't gonna stab you. I'm just not gonna, tackle with my hands, and the knife just happened to be in my hands. Chris has to pull Candace off to the side, like, don't be talking about my mama in my house. This your mama's house. Don't be messing up your mama's table. And even though it would have been wrong if Candace had turned around and said, at least my mama took care of me, evilness and all. She didn't give me to my grandmama and granddaddy. She didn't do that. Now, once we get to talking about mama, we just, all gloves is all. You talking about my mama and talking about, so this is my mama's house, this is my mama's table. First of all, this is my house too. I pay the mortgage. My mama's name just happens to be on the place. Second, I paid for this furniture. Third, my mama took care of me. Where was your mama at? Living in a tent with some man. Left you with grandma and grandpa. She could have said all those things and just cracked Ashley's face. Right then and there. I was kind of hoping that she did that because that was the messiness, the messy side of me wanted to hop out and say something just as mean. Like, you bringing in my mama. So, and you know what relationship I had with her. She could have just jumped in. Well, my mama didn't leave me to be with some man in a tent. My mama took care of me. Sent me to the best of schools. She evil as all get out, I get that. But that evil woman actually raised me. She could have said all of that. And I don't think I would have been mad. I'm telling y'all, I be like so in my feelings when I'm watching the show and when I'm doing my reviews. And then I calm down, I'll be like, I really shouldn't have said that. But I'm telling you, like, that meanness, it just want to hop out of me sometimes. I'm pretty sure y'all get that too. So that was basically the gist. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It's free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on so when my beautiful face puts up a new video, you will be well informed. If you're returning, you a family member, you one of my peoples, welcome back. Tell your people to tell their people to come over here and be one of my peoples. Now, this is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.